Well, we've left Indian Bread Rocks, and we're going to head into Bowie, Arizona, and hopefully get some eggs. I think that's all we need there,
All
other
we
than
have
gas.
to get is eggs.
Yeah, I need gas, so hopefully we'll be able to get some gas as well. And then we're going to head off to Chiricahua National Monument. Now, we're not planning on staying there. We have a boondock spot that we love, and we're hoping we can get it. After we've been camping there for over 10 years, and just this past like 3 or 4 or 6 months or whatever, I saw another one of the travel vloggers stayed in our spot. In fact, he was driving down the road, and I'm going, is he going to get our spot? But it's a great spot. So that's our intent. And then the next day, we have kind of a cool little place, but we'll talk about that later. So stick with us. Should be interesting. All right. Bye. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I didn't get up for the sunset this morning because Carol had indicated that it was overcast. I went back to bed, she stayed up, and I guess the sun broke through and she got some great shots, which we'll be including here. Well, we're driving here into Chiricahua National Monument. So this is the road. It's about 4 miles up the road here. And I just wanted to mention that the original idea here was I was hoping to take out one of the hikes up here. But yesterday when we were on the rocks in Indian Bread Rocks, I didn't. The only thing I can think of is I had one place where I stepped down and it was further than I thought, and I kind of jammed my left leg. Because this morning my left hip, I'm not even hardly able to walk on it. So I don't know, we'll have to see. My whole leg kind of acts like it wants to go out on me when it hits certain spots, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have to send Carol out on an expedition. Right, so this is inside. We've gone through the gate. It's a free park, which is really nice, and it's pretty nice. We've been here several times. The campground is full, which is no surprise. The first time I came here, I actually camped in the campground, but I didn't have solar then. And quite honestly, you can't get solar in the campground. It's very heavily shaded with trees. But yeah, so we like our spot down the way. Hopefully we'll get it. Maybe in there a lot earlier than we thought if I can't go for a walk. And the pinnacles here, and you'll see some more here as I turn. I guess I'm not turning it off right now. This is from Rhyolite. There's a crater just south of the park, or it's actually, I guess it's in the park. It's 12 miles in diameter, and I guess it just spewed a lot of stuff about 27 million years ago. And all this ash deposits, and then it fractures and it creates the pinnacles and such. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Little different looking than Indian Bread Rocks or Cochise Stronghold, which we didn't visit. I don't know if you can see over, we can get a glimpse of it over on see the rock formations out here. And up above. What's that?
Look at that.
That's not a squirrel.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it was a porcupine. I thought it was more like a wheel or something. There.
Oh look, it's like there's like a pair of them. They're like ringtails.
Here. Right. Here, get it on. We've got some ringtails here. Carol's getting a picture of them with.
Down there in the culvert.
Thing stays flat, so
Oh my goodness, there's 4 of them.
Oh, there's more than that.
Oh, there's one coming across the road.
Here. Wow, they're crazy. They're everywhere. Well, folks, I think you caught all that. I think this camera.
Exciting wildlife.
Well, hopefully we've got some footage. Carol says coatimundis. That's what they were. And apparently they will attack a dog. At least we were told that in one of the campgrounds. On the other side of the mountains. We never saw any over there. She said they came down every, morning or evening or something. We never saw them. But there we have, 6 of them?
7, I think.
6 or 7 coatimundis. But anyway, you could see the spires directly out in front. Rhyolite. I always think of Rhyolite. When I hear of Rhyolite, I always think of that place in Death Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Near Death Valley.
The Rhyolite Tuff. 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 And we saw John saw a couple of javelina right outside the park on the side of the road. They're in here somewhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have the camera on when I saw the javelina. So this is the drive up Chiricahua. Unfortunately, the first time I was here, this was all closed. This road was closed. I really didn't
Why?
see anything.
Is it the weather?
I think they had rock slides or something.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a pretty long drive out here. But look at that in front of us, man. That's wild. Apparently the Chiricahua fox squirrel is only found here in these mountains. Mountain spiny lizards and black-tailed rattlesnakes. Apparently it's a really big birding area here too.
You know, we spent a whole month in Montana and Wyoming. Almost saw nothing of really interest. I mean, some bighorn sheep, one elk. I mean, like something, like we didn't see a bear or a wolf.
A moose. Well, we did see the moose. We saw one moose.
Well, that baby.
Yeah,
but
still.
The third day venturing out, we see all these coatimundi. And now I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to wash the windows. I had to empty all of our trash when I got gas, and I forgot the windows. But I do have window wash.
Yeah, there is a vault toilet in the picnic area at Indian Bread Rocks, but there is no trash receptacles, which, makes sense because they would fill up too much. But we had 4 days worth of trash and recycle. And dog poops.
And dog poops. 4 days of dog poops. We do have a system for when you pick up the dog poops and you don't have a place to put the trash. We just keep it in with our propane cover in there.
Our propane cabinet on the back of the truck. We just stash them in there so that they're not inside the truck. But I don't know.
There's a bunch of balancing rocks. I don't know if you can see them. You should be able to see them. I can see them.
Yeah.
Probably why the road closes. Some of those balancing rocks come down. It's dropped to a nice 43 degrees. Actually, I think I'll just use my hip as an excuse not to take a walk if it gets any colder.
If you're hikers, I guess it says here there's 17 miles of day-use trails through meadows, forests, and rock pinnacles. And they have a shuttle. You check with the visitor center, and they have a hiker's shuttle, so you don't have to leave your car.
Probably why the visitor center parking lot is full all the time. Now, when we've been here several times, and quite honestly, this is the coldest it's ever been. In fact, it's sometimes windy, but I think like the few times that we were here, I had to go find shade because Trigger can't go on the trail, so I, stay with him. I was having to struggle to find shade because we were here kind of midday. Usually I use the truck shade, but sometimes if you're parked next to somebody, it's hard to get in there. This is still Chiricahua, Echo Canyon. All right, well, we've climbed about 2,500 feet or so, and it has gone from 48 degrees to 41. You can see there's a nice breeze.
The grasses are almost horizontal.
Yeah, so here we are on top. Women in shorts.
Crazy northerners. Shorts. Okay guys, well I am taking a little walk down this Echo Canyon trail. You can see in the distance there
zoom in a little bit. The Chiricahuas, the snow-capped Chiricahua, down the trail a little bit. I'll turn it off until I get to some interesting stuff so I don't fall on my face. Here's a nice view out from part of the trail here along to the parking area, which is, I guess, right over there. I'm gonna pan back a little bit and let you see the top of that peak there with that maybe weather hut or something on there. Back along past those pinnacles. Here's my path continuing over here, so off I go. You can see across the way there, lady in the turquoise jacket. You can see where my path is going to cut across over to the spires. Here's a great spot along the trail here. You can see these, looks like maybe burned trees, the spires out there. I'll come back in and zoom in down there. I suspect that might be where my path takes me, but in case it doesn't, I wanted to make sure I got a good shot of it here. I'm going to show you the path along here. I'm going to walk really slow and hopefully keep the camera in the right spot while I'm watching my footing here. I guess if you went off the side gently here, you'd fall into these retaining bushes, but otherwise it's pretty far down there. There's supposed to be what they call Echo Canyon Grotto. I'm hoping that's not too much further. Be a little grotto of spires. Really beautiful rock here. Like, look at that great balancing rock right up here with the sun behind me. So I have a sneaking suspicion that this may be the grotto. I don't know if they consider this the grotto or not, but I sure would. It's gorgeous down in there, huh? I just got the good news from a couple walking the other way that I'll be out of the wind when I turn around this corner here, so. Oh, here's another great rock. Look at this. Fantastic. Behind me. Just really amazing. Okay, onward and upward. Here's the backside that I just came around from. Angled there. Down a little bit. Pretty fantastic in here. The wind is bitter though. Oh, it's bitter. It's another good view of how the trail goes around with a really cool balancing rock here. You can see around across the way there all this great stuff down in here. There's the snow-capped mountains in the back, the Chiricahuas. I'm going to go a little further along here and then I may turn back. I totally cannot resist. This is the path coming back, and there's a wonderful green rock and the spires down there. Okay guys, I think this is going to be the point at which I turn back. Go back through there, but I'm going to give you this piano here. There's a woman on the trail back down that way. I'm gonna pan back view for you. It's beautiful. What a great walk. Here's where the trail goes through. Woo! Walking through there, but I cannot resist another shot here. This is just really over there. Take his best. Blown away by how beautiful it is here. A little out of breath. My hands are like icicles. Thought I'd give you a shot of what that trail looks like on the way back up. It's a little dappled light, so hopefully John will be able to fix it in post. I had to stop and stuff some paper in one of my ears because I was getting an earache from the wind even through my hat, but you kind of get the idea. It's not too challenging as long as you're fairly steady on your feet and not using a cane or any sort of supported device like that. Here's a pano around. You can see actually our camper directly across there. I don't know if he'd be able to see me if I waved or not, but I will get back to the hike.
All right, so hopefully Carol got some great shots taking the trail. I'm kind of bummed. I really wanted to do it, but with my leg the way it is, and quite honestly, with the cold weather, I'm glad Carol even did it. I'm not really sure where we're headed here. It's called Sugarloaf?
There's Sugarloaf Mountain, which is probably this mountain right here with the weather thing on it or whatever is up there.
That's what it is. We don't want to do that.
No. But
who knows what you can see from up here, though?
There's a little picnic area and a trail. Oh yeah.
That did a good shot.
Good bit of spires.
You guys, a good overview here. Soft, and I'll get out and freeze my butt off.
Your turn.
I don't even know if you can hear me because it is so windy up here. But this is from Sugarloaf looking down into the spires and off into the distance. Let's get a closer shot, or let's just take it around here. There, a little up close and personal. It is freezing cold. I am getting blown very hard here. I'm shivering too right now. It is extremely, extremely cold.
So we turned the camera back on the way down. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Just with the weather and my leg, I was hoping we would do a little more investigating around Chiricahua,
but you got to go with me.
Yes, got to go with Carol. Well, I mean, that's good enough. I think we will stop at the visitor center, and I might go in and just see if there's anything worth seeing there. I think I can walk in there, and it definitely will not be as cold. We've already gone up about 6 degrees coming downhill here. Well, unfortunately, we went to the visitor center, and there was no parking.
Full.
It was full.
And we waited.
Yeah, we sat there for quite a while. Wasn't even anyone milling around the parking lot for the most part. So it wasn't like people were just coming and going or whatever. Carol mentioned they have a shuttle from the visitor center, so it seems like poor planning if people park there, take the shuttle up to hike or whatever, because there really weren't that many spots, maybe 20.
Yeah, not much. I mean, it says there was a hiker's shuttle, but the brochure doesn't tell you, where that's from. So, like John said, poor planning if they just park there in that lot, because they're not going to get a lot of visitors, and the visitor center can't get in.
But we're on our way now to our, hopefully, fingers crossed, favorite camp spot. Well, we are getting close to the spot that we like. And the encouraging thing, and you never know, it could be the one place somebody is, but the encouraging thing is we haven't been seeing the number of campers along here that we normally do. I'm almost surprised that other vlogger went in this far. There's so many spots for this, and I think we found the spot actually coming from the other way.
What's nice about this spot too is there's plenty of shade, but there's also this big open area where we can put our solar up. Our secondary solar.
Okay, so you saw us drive into the camp spot here, and here I am up above it. So I showed you the campground here. First from up here, then we'll walk down here and get a look at the campground from down here. As I said, we've often been here with our friend Mike, so we know you can get 2 vehicles in here, but generally there's sort of a boondocking etiquette. If we get to a spot and someone else is in a spot, we try to respect that and move on, because I think people like to have the solitude. But there's definitely another spot right here. You can see it. There's another fire pit right back there. So we walk down here, and yeah, I think I already showed you, but there is a camp spot right here. Would be a nice little place for someone else to pull in. Hopefully they don't. We do like to be alone. We like to be alone. And then walk down here. Hold on a second here. I gotta change my grip. This camera's nice. Keeps the horizon steady no matter, I can turn it like this. Like, say I have it totally 90 degrees and I've turned it back 90 degrees and it holds it. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Talk more about equipment, I guess, at some point. Anyway, coming down to the water here. Alright, let me get you some shots here of the creek. It's actually running a lot more than what we saw from the road. So this is the little creek right behind the camp spot here. Really pretty. Yeah, and I'd forgotten, when I was here before, you might take a look here. Let me get the camera around here and look up on the hill here, and you can kind of see the white line up there, the sun hitting it. And I walked up there several years ago, and I'll put it in the center of the frame. I walked up there several years ago, and it looks like it might be an old railroad line. I don't know if it's from a mining operation or it was some other kind of service through the mountains, possibly, for all I know. There is some camp up a ways, and I'm not sure what that camp's all about, but it gets some play. You see it talked about every once in a while. Yeah, so I mean, this is a great camp spot. It's right at mile marker 7 on the road that as you come out of Chiricahua, you just hang a left at the first road you can outside the gate, and it's a dirt road. Not a bad dirt road. In fact, it's actually a pretty good dirt road. And you just follow it down to mile 7, and that's where this camp spot is. And don't be here when we get here, please, please. Or you might have to share it. There's Carol enjoying the fire. Our first fire this trip. there's Carol move because she was getting smoked out.